Welcome to Lord Aboga TV. I think today I'm going to do some very interesting news segment, and this is just but my political analysis, where we are going to as a country and where we are at the moment as the Kenya Kwanza led administration. Now, mimi nikikumbuka vizuri sana, President William Samoei Ruto's administration received quite a resounding support from the Mount Kenya region, partly from Western region, from Rift Valley region, and hizi kidogo kidogo kutoka kwa Somali, Coast, and some from Kisii. And I think President William Samoei Ruto, makosa alifanya kubwa ni the impeachment of former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. That was biggest mistake that President William Samoei Ruto committed. Mimi ningekuwa President William Samoei Ruto, however much Rigathi Gachagua alikuwa amekukosea, ungemvumilia up to 2027, upate re-election, then from there after 2027 is whereby you would have thought of impeaching him. Lakini saa hii iko na dangers because of the following reasons. Mount Kenya region ilikupatia 80% of the total vote that made you the president. As it stands, you are bagging on Raila Amolo Odinga with the Nyanza block. Na huyu Raila mwenye unategemea, Your Excellency, is not fully behind you. Kwa sababu unaona Raila kuna mchezo yenye anafanya na watu wake. Previously, as you can remember, when the handshake government between Raila Amolo Odinga and former President Uhuru Kenyatta was in place, nobody was questioning the handshake government from the ODM side. Watu wote wa ODM were supporting President Uhuru Kenyatta and Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. And you remember them coming up with the BBI thing. That was showing that ODM was fully in support of the handshake regime na walikuwa na support President Uhuru Kenyatta. But hii broad-based ya William Ruto, it is not, ODM are not coming in with clean hands. So President William Ruto, in your own wisdom, you should just go back to the drawing board. Na uangalie vizuri, you see how you can incorporate the Mount Kenya vote block. Because losing a block, a formidable block that brought you to power, is not a walk in the park. Na itakuwa kitu rahisi. It will seriously affect you. Na hesabu zako zitachanganyika kwa sababu si ati watu wote wenye walisupport Raila Amolo Odinga wanakuja in your basket. There are those people who strongly believe that you are not the right president for the Republic of Kenya. That is from the ODM side. And they've come up openly. Na si ati ni maneno ya kujificha ficha. They've come up openly opposing your administration, despite the fact that you've given them quite a good share in government. Mimi kitu naona, Your Excellency, you would have just gone it alone. The way you formed the Kenya Kwanza administration, ungecheza tu na hivyo ngumu up to 2027. Na ungekuwa na very serious ground. But bringing in ODM, hata President Uhuru Kenyatta, we thought he was weak, but he was not that weak to your levels. Because however much President Uhuru Kenyatta was weak na alileta handshake into government, he didn't accommodate watu wa ODM into the cabinet. As you can remember, President Uhuru Kenyatta akuvunja cabinet yake, alete watu wa Raila ndani ya cabinet. That you should be very keen on that. What President Uhuru Kenyatta did, alichukua watu ODM kidogo kidogo akawapea CAS, that is the assistant minister, as per his administration. Na akawapea PS 1-2, but hakuwaleta in government in full venye wewe umeleta watu wa ODM in full. Watu watakukulia ndani, Your Excellency. You should take serious precautions on how ODM people are handling you. Again, coming back to the 2027 poll, President William Samoei Ruto, if Matiang'i, Rigathi Gachagua, Kalonzo Musyoka, Eugene Wamalwa, Natembeya are going to unite and come up with one candidate, then your goose is cooked. Because these people are coming up with a very strong and formidable ethnic background. Na ukiangalia Mkikuyu na Mluya wakiungana, then uongeze backup ya Mkisii, hiyo alliance kuitingiza is very serious. And President William Ruto, as it stands today, the Kenyan youth faction won't vote for you unless you convince them otherwise. That is between now to 2027. But our vijana, they are seriously against your administration because they feel that your administration ndio imetumika kuwanyanyasa. You see, most of these youths are jobless, number one. Most of these youths feel like the regime is the one that is being used kuwafinyilia kabisa. As we can see from previous actions, tumeona juzi Your Excellency umepiga watoto wa Butere girls tear gas. These are the youth that will be voting in 2027. Yeah? Hawa vijana, hawa watoto wenye wako shule sahi form 3, form 4. These are the youths that will be voting in 2027. Usifikirie hiyo kukataa kuwapatia ID itasaidia. Watajipanga hapa kule, by 2027 they'll be having national identifications. Our youths watakuvuruga, Your Excellency. And I think from now to 2027, President William Samoei Ruto, you have a very hard and critical task to convince the youthful Kenya that you are working for them and they should support you for re-election. Otherwise, one term can be real, can become too realistic, because maneno yenye unafanya si maneno inaenda vizuri, especially na vijana. Then President William Samoei Ruto, you promised mama mboga and women of Kenya things that you are going to do for them. You had promised mothers that in the first 3 months you'll be taking care of their basic needs after giving birth. But wewe umeharibu maneno, umebadilisha NHIF that you had promised you are going to work with. Umeleta kitu inaitwa SHA. Hiyo SHA, most of Kenyans don't understand how it is working. And Kenyans feel like in one or another unawanyanyasa through the very SHA. Because NHIF was paying for their bills. NHIF was paying massive bills despite the loopholes. Hapo kwa NHIF, Your Excellency, you also went astray because you would have just improved NHIF instead of bringing this confusion that we are seeing today in the health sector. And no Kenyan is seeing that SHA is working. It is only you and your administration seeing that SHA is working. But ukweli wa maneno, Kenyans are seeing it as just another cash cow. And to you, the leadership class. So, Your Excellency, maneno inachemuka. Sasa hapo itabidi uangalie, kwa sababu as things goes by, me I think former President Uhuru Kenyatta is the one seriously fueling the opposition, the current opposition yenye tuko nayo sahi, hii akina Matiang'i, Eugene Wamalwa, Rigathi. And you should be very worried, because if President Uhuru Kenyatta is the one who is bankrolling them, you should be very worried, because Uhuru at least anajua mashimo hapa kule. Despite the fact you are the sitting president, Uhuru Kenyatta pia yako na systems zake in place, and you cannot overrule him because kuna watu aliweka in key government positions. Hata watu wadogo tu, you cannot overrule them. So hapo kwa 2027 re-election, Your Excellency, uko na mtihani. Again, don't think that Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Masika Wetangula are comfortable in your government now that Raila Amolo Odinga is in. Hawa ni watu wenye wamekaa tu hivi, they are not at peace. Yeah? Because walitoka ile pande ingine kupiga baba kiboko. Walikuja hii side yako ndio wapee baba lesson, awache kudharau Waluya. Na wewe, Your Excellency, President William Samoei Ruto, it seems you are going back to the same thing. You bringing Raila into government and giving him absolute powers. Yeah? Na remember, Musalia na Wetangula walihepa huko kwa sababu they were being undermined. So maneno inaweza enda hivi, usikie Wetangula amechukuliwa, ameletwa hii pande ingine, hii pande ya kina Matiang'i akuwe deputy president. And you see that will be a game shot. Because ukipata an instance whereby Luyas are supporting one candidate as a block in the same bucket with the Kikuyu, hiyo kura ni ngumu sana kuiangusha. Hiyo kura ni ngumu sana kuangusha. Mluya na Mkikuyu wakiungana wapige kura za block, hiyo kura kuiangusha ni mtihani. And I think you can remember, wewe ulisaidiwa na Waluya na ulisaidiwa na Wakikuyu, those two communities. Na sasa Wetangula na Musalia wakikuhepa, your excellency, wewe wachana nayo, it will be game over, kwa sababu those are the determinants. Wakuje hivi side ingine washikane na kina Eugene na Tembea, Luya block will be very very formidable. So hapo hivyo pia kwa serikali yako inabidi upange maneno 1-2-1-2, na watu wako wawache kiburi. Your Excellency President William Samoei Ruto, watu wako wawache kiburi. You know, your people think that they now own this world since you are the president. Vijana wako na kiburi, kina Cherargei, kina Sudi. Vijana wako kutoka Rift Valley watakuletea shida kubwa sana kwa kura ya 2027, Your Excellency. I think you should seriously go back to the drawing board, because as things stands by, President William Samoei Ruto, you don't have a chance in the 2027 re-election bid. Unless you utakacheza aje. Maybe uibe Kalonzo, na kuiba Kalonzo sahi pia. Ule Kalonzo watermelon wa 207, si Kalonzo asai. At least amefungua macho. Amejua kuwa watermelon, it has its own consequences. That is just but my opinion. Mimi kama Lord Aboga. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Lord Aboga TV. Press the notification button so that when we come up with this political and interesting content, YouTube will automatically notify you. Goodbye.